Alright, hello guys, I am Trucker Josh. I am a daily vlogger. I am an over-the-road truck driver from Canada, but I drive all across Canada and the United States. I try to drive in the States more because they got more services for truckers, better truck stops and whatnot. This is my trusty navigator, Diesel. Say hello. Anyways, that's enough for introductions. I am going to give you the inside tour of the 2013 Peterbilt that I'm driving. So we'll start. I'm in Winnipeg right now and I'm going to be unloading in the morning, so it's dark, so I have every light on in here. Hopefully it's bright enough for you guys to see. We'll start on this side with the fridge. I like that the fridge is mounted up here because when I open it, it's right, I can see right into it, right? It's right at head level. It's got all full of my junk food and my food smoothies and all kinds of stuff. And then there's a little freezer part up there yet. Really nice having that there. If that's not enough space, which it isn't, I have my cooler down here as well, where I can store more stuff and keep that cool as well. That is a power cooler. The great thing about this truck is that it has power sockets for like everywhere, absolutely everywhere. It's fantastic. So this is actually plugged in a little plug back there. Can you see it there? I know it's pretty dark. I'll show you it in a little bit. We'll get to that. Here I have my fan. Keeps me cool at night so I don't have to idle the truck. And in here I just keep pants and shorts. That's what I'm keeping there right now. Microwave, which is very handy to have on the road. Save you some money in cooking. Go back to this side here. This is the closet where you can hang your clothes up. This is Diesel's cage that I use. It's a foldable cage. I just plop it on the bed here. Usually when I'm at the border, if they need to search the truck, I'll throw them in the cage so that they can go, like, come in here without getting attacked, or, you know, stuff like that. Have it along just in case. Don't really ever use it ever. And this is the bed here, which is very comfortable, very roomy. I have lots of space to stretch out in here, and it's very comfortable. I get a very good night's sleep in here. This truck does not have an upper bunk. Instead, it has a lot of extra storage. Lots of storage in here. This is all one compartment. Like, I can put my hand in this side and hey, it comes out this side. But all storage. I keep his dog treats in here, extra sheets and whatnot. And this is where I keep bags for garbage bags. And it's exactly the same thing on this side. In here you'll see that I keep my pillow there because he's not allowed to touch my pillow. Because I don't mind a little bit of dog hair, but I don't like dog hair on my pillow when I sleep. So, all right, let's get onto the bed here. These are two windows on either side that you can actually see out of. What you can do here, I'm gonna match you right here for a second. You can roll them up like this and clip that there, and clip that there, and then you have an open window which slides open. Has a screen there, obviously, so that's very nice. But I have it closed now because I feel weird when people can look into my truck at night and see what I'm doing. So the instrument panel, or the control panel, whatever you want to call it, in the back, right here. Remember I was saying there's so many of these sockets all over the truck. There's another two here. It's great for charging your phone or whatever else you need. And you got your controls here for the sleeper air, AC, and the light. I don't know. I didn't know we still put ashtrays in trucks. Look at this. There's an ashtray here. I don't smoke. It's like the 21st century. Not very many people smoke anymore. So I don't know. I don't know very many people that do. But yeah, I don't know how you would even ash in this thing, because, you know, this is right here, and it'd be very inconvenient to have an ashtray there. I would want it more down there if I was a smoker. So that, you know, you smokers out there understand what I'm talking about, I'm sure, even though I'm not a smoker. And of course my laptop here. This is where I keep my dog food on this side. I'm just gonna move it here. And in there you have storage yet. See, I have all my cleaning products in there. And I'll try to show you more. That's what I was talking about before, where they have that extra outlet. That's what I use for the cooler. And I hope you guys can see that. I hope that turns out. Go back. So lots of room in here. You know, it looks like a small cab, but there's actually a lot of room in here. For one person and a dog, there's plenty of room. So let's go back, let's go up into the cab here. I'll show you everything up here. Okay. This is a steering wheel. A lot of people are paid just to hold it. You know, we call them steering wheel holders. The wannabe truck drivers who don't know anything about trucking, but they somehow got a job trucking. Yeah, I like to consider myself more than a steering wheel holder. But personal opinion, I guess. That is my navigator seat right there. As you can tell, he is recharging his batteries and resting. Right, Diesel? His name is Diesel. And he acts like a weasel, so we call him the Diesel Weasel. Stop calling me that. Anyways, on this side here, got your mirror defrost, which is very important for a Canadian in wintertime. Power mirrors, power windows, power door locks. Down here, obviously you got your key, headlights, marker lights, fog lights, load lights, four-way flashers, dash dimmers. Okay, well, this side here, this, I don't know. I read in the manual what this button was right here, but I forgot what it was. I never use it. Something with the exhaust. This is the engine fan, manual on and off. Engine brake 1, 2, 3. Here you got your cruise control, on, off, set, resume. This little knob here controls that panel there, and I will get to that. Obviously you got your AC, your temperature controls right here, radio right here, which I can't figure out because it doesn't let me have FM stations for some reason. It's weird. Over here, beside my calendar, you have your air suspension, up and down, fifth wheel, lock and unlock, and differential lock and unlock. Your ATC, ABS, off-road, I guess you can turn the ABS off or something, I don't know. Spare. Don't use any of those. If you ever wanted to put any fancy lights on your truck, that's what you would use. Rear AC, this turns the fan on in the sleeper, and that is for the sleeper light. All the way down here, just like any other Peterbilt, is where you have your brakes. Red is trailer, yellow is tractor. Up here is where you usually have a CB. I don't have a CB in this truck. I have a GPS here instead. I'm getting a CB, don't worry, but I don't really use it much. In Canada, people don't use CBs, really. It's pointless because most of the truckers up here are brand new Canadians, we'll say, and don't speak English anyway. But I like going down to the States and having a CB, especially when you hit a traffic jam. It's nice to have it. Up here, you have more storage again. I keep all my truck stop books and stuff up here. Here, I don't know what's supposed to go in here. I use it for storage and more storage up there. These visors both come down from the front to the back. You got a mirror so you can look at yourself. How to do. And that is pretty much the truck. Up here, whenever you scale at a cat scale, you get that little card of a truck, right? One of these. I collect them and I put them up here so I can see them all. These are all. I like them. Maybe one day I'll have a truck on there. Yeah. Lots of lights in here too. What's great about this truck is, you know how you put your GPS on the dash and you always got to run a cord all the way down to the bottom here somewhere to plug it in, right? Because there's 2 sockets down there. That's what I'm talking about. Not on this truck. It's got a socket right here. Plug your GPS in right there and no cords dangling all over your dash here. That is great. That is a really good thing that they did. Now I have seat covers on these seats because I travel with a dog and I'm saving those seats. Brand new truck. And this truck has cup holders right here and here. Diesel, get your nose out of here. And here. So lots of cup holders and whatnot. So it's a very nice truck to drive. It has a 13-speed manual transmission right here. Okay, before I forget, I'm going to show you guys the dash and what it looks like at night. You're probably wondering, what does it look like all lit up? So we're going to turn these lights off here. All you got to do is tap it. These are up here. You tap beside there, and you tap that one there, and it's all dark. Scared of the dark, Diesel? No comment. All right. Are everybody ready? Here come the lights. Boom! That's what I look at all night. That's what it looks like in here. All nice and lit up. Turn the lights back on so you can see. Okay, we'll start with this thing right here in the middle. You're probably wondering, what's that screen there for? Remember this knob I was telling you about down here before? It lights up all nicely with the dots around there. Now when you turn that knob, things like this happen. Show your RPM, because apparently the RPM gauge isn't enough for some people. Trip information. In here, if you click the knob, it brings you into this. Instant info, trip result, idle info. Will tell you how much you're idling it, what your fuel economy is, everything you need to know about the truck. And also, while you're driving, what's awesome about this is it shows you your instant fuel economy and your average fuel economy, so you know how much fuel you're burning, which is good. Then you know how to drive and how to adjust your driving to get better fuel economy. And here it tells you if there'd be any warnings, which there isn't. And the time, that's where I usually have it on, just the time. And yeah, that's that. And another thing that this truck has, which I'm not sure if you can see here right now, because I don't have a light down here. If I open the door, then a light comes on down there. This thing right here is an engine heater. That is an amazing thing for a Canadian driver, because what this does is if you forget to plug in your truck, or you don't want to plug it in or whatnot, you can set a timer on this thing, or just press this heat button and it heats up all the fluids in your engine and heats up your blocks so that you can start your truck. That's really nice. Okay, anyways. On to the gauges. Battery is located right here. Coolant temperature here. Oil pressure here. RPM gauge here. This speedometer, you Americans will notice, is different than yours. This is a Canadian speedometer. Kilometers are on the outside and big. Miles an hour are in the inside and small. I spoke to a few Americans and they didn't know that they had kilometers on their gauges. Look at the gauges of your truck. The inside little numbers are not just for decoration. Those would be kilometers an hour on yours. Okay, mine are opposite. My kilometer an hour on the outside, because we go by kilometers an hour here. Or metric and weird like that. Actually, metric is more common around the world. America's like the only country in the world that uses miles an hour still. Anyways, whatever. To each his own. Doesn't matter. That is kilometers. 201,000 kilometers. If I turn this into American and say speak American, 125,000 miles is what this truck has on it. Turn that back to Canadian. There you go. Up here is your fuel gauge. Here is your two primary air tank, secondary air tank. Sorry if you can see that red light flashing. I know I need to cover that up from the camera. Oil temperature, suspension load. Usually when it's around the 50 like that, that means you got a full load on. And it's right there, so we got a full load. This is the brake application, how much air pressure you're putting through to the brakes when you stop. Manifold PSI. Transmission temperature. This is your DEF. It's pretty much like a fuel gauge, but it's for the DEF. Never let yourself run out of DEF, because you will have a very expensive service call on your hands. Okay, it's very important. Front axle temperature and rear axle temperature. And that's all the gauges, guys. I'm just going to take you for one more round around the truck here yet. I'm going to turn on all the lights and everything, and so you can see. I'll give you one last look at everything in here. And just so you know, I am 5'11", 5'10" and a half, something like that, and I can stand up comfortably in this truck. I am about standing straight up that far from the roof still, in the lowest part of the sleeper. In the cab here, you'll see that I have to bend down just a little bit, but not much. You see? Not much. The roof is probably about 5'5" or something, I'm guessing. And yeah, I found there's another light here because I wanted to show you that socket, right? And move this again. There's actually another light. Boom, right there. And that's the socket and storage area I was talking about there on the end of the bed. You can see it. Alright, so that is the end of my video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. That is the interior of the 2013 Peterbilt that I am driving right now. I know you've been waiting a long time for this inside tour already, and you're waiting for the outside tour as well, and I'm going to get on that as soon as I wash the truck, because I drove through Saskatchewan a few days ago, and that's enough said. The whole front of the truck is just caked with bugs, so once I get that washed off, I'll do a nice outside tour for you. Okay guys, take care, and don't forget to subscribe and follow me in my journey through my daily vlogs. See you later. Say goodbye, Diesel. You busy working on the computer? Are you making your own videos? He's also my editor.